Hi everyone, I'm Any New Province, and this week we're going to find out if Ocular Halo combo is possibly Pauper Playable. While we're anxiously awaiting the release of War, I decided to take a stab at a combo that allows you to put your entire deck into your hand and win the game as early as turn 2. That's exactly what this deck, Ocular Druid, is trying to do. As always, you can find the deck list in the description down below. While you're down there checking that out, if you wouldn't mind liking the video or subscribing to the channel, I'd seriously appreciate it. It's a great way to let me know you've enjoyed everything, and it really encourages me to keep making great Pauper content. Alright, let's have a look at Ocular Druid. Devoted Druid is our first combo piece. We know this card is breakable because it can generate mana and untap itself to keep doing so. These are two steps in almost any combo, and Devoted Druid takes care of both on its own. Our other combo piece in this lightweight 2-card combo is Ocular Halo, which allows you to tap Devoted Druid to draw a card. You'd only be able to draw 2 cards with this combo on its own, but we have lots of ways to ensure we'll be able to keep the cards flowing until our library is in our hands. Finding the combo is something green and blue excel into. Commune with the Gods is our most efficient way to dig and allows us to find either piece when we're on the edge of our seats and 1 card away from comboing. Preordain is going to help a lot too. It allows us to get 3 cards deeper for the low price of 1 blue mana. Gitaxian Probe is our final bit of filtering, and the information it provides us about our opponent's hand is almost as valuable as the card it draws. For the first couple of turns, we're going to be making land drops and trying to find our combo. If we're lucky, we'll hit Devoted Druid right away on turn 2. If we have blue mana as well, we'll be able to commit Ocular Halo on the next turn and start comboing. Pump spells like Mutagenic Growth are going to be how we keep our Druid alive while the combo is taking place. Our deck is full of them, and they each represent different amounts of cards drawn per mana committed. Mutagenic Growth is great because it lets us protect our Druid early and draw 2 cards while comboing. Vines of Vastwood serves a similar role in utility and also nets us 2 cards drawn. Seal of Strength is less efficient than its 2 predecessors, but can be useful as protection and can also draw 3 cards if it's committed before the combo turn. Our big pump spells for card draw are Shape the Sands and Groundswell. It's okay that Shape the Sands doesn't pump power because we'll be getting rid of those -1/-1 counters later. Besides, it lets us draw 4 cards while we're comboing. Groundswell nets us 3 cards, but can be a little risky if we can't make our land drop before casting it. Still, the reward is absolutely worth the risk here. Once we've got our combo assembled, it's time to throw all of our pump spells at our Devoted Druid. This will let us continue to untap it and draw cards, which are hopefully more pump spells. Because a lot of our pump spell effects net us multiple cards, it's pretty unlikely we'll fizzle from this point. Fate Transfer is how we're going to win the game once Devoted Druid is up to a sufficient size. If we start to fizzle mid-combo, it can also represent a way to draw a ton of cards because we'll be starved for blue mana to cast it. We've got Lotus Petals too. If our opponent has a creature in the way, that's no big deal. We can use our Vitality Charm to give Devoted Druid trample and still get in for lethal around any number of blockers. Finally, as a backup plan, we've got some Glistener Elves to steal early wins when we draw them in our opener and to act as a lightning rod to hopefully throw our opponent off the scent of our combo. Winning with this deck will feel sweet. Our whole library is in our hand. We Fate Transfer the counters to either one of our opponent's blockers or to one of our own creatures and swing for lethal with a massive Devoted Druid. It's okay if our opponent has some way to stop us too. We've got Clear the Mind to put our graveyard back in our deck so we can combo off on the following turn. For our mana base, we have 4 Thornwood Falls to help make sure we can cast our cantrips and Halo on time. We've got 4 Ash Barrens as additional sources of either of our colors, and for basics we have 5 forests and 1 island. Only a single island to fetch and more forests to get our Devoted Druid or Glistener Elf down as early as possible. Alright, let's have a look at this sideboard. First, we have 2 copies of Dispel to answer things like Prismatic Strands on one of our combo turns. We have 4 copies of Gutshot to kill Standard Bearers and Fairies. We have 3 copies of Hydroblast to slow burn down enough to win. We have 3 copies of Natural State so we can blow up Affinity's lands or a Journey to Nowhere. We have 2 copies of Tangle to buy us a couple of turns if our opponent is on something like Tribe or Blink Blitz, and we have one more copy of Vitality Charm to bring in that can make a token just in case our opponent is on lots of edicts. And there you have it, Ocular Druid. We're going to be taking this deck into a league at twitch.tv/AnyNewProvince this Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Atlantic time. We're there every Tuesday night playing Possibly Pauper Playable decks. Before I go, I just want to remind you that you can like the video or subscribe to the channel down below. I'd seriously appreciate it. It's a great way to let me know you've enjoyed everything, and it really encourages me to keep making great Pauper content. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this deck tech, and hopefully I'll see you on Tuesday night.